There's a lot to learn about content marketing through the things you bought at home, like this Canon camera, this Rode mic, Tefal rice cooker, Canon printer. Why did you buy the products you have at home rather than its competitors? Did you throw a dice, toss a coin, or were you influenced by the content on the internet? For me, it is the latter. So this video is all about helping you develop the content marketing strategy even if you're a complete beginner. I'll walk you through the steps. Let's go. Hey, it's Jack from RankBot, the one WordPress tool that brings you easy to use SEO and AI tools, and this channel is all about helping you grow your search traffic. So if you're new to us, subscribe. So instead of directly promoting products or services, the goal of content marketing is to help solve your target audience problems through content that educate, entertain, or inform. If someone were to stick their product in front of me asking me to buy it, I won't budge. I won't even give the salesman a chance to explain why I need the product because I perceive that they don't understand me. So I'm not sure if you've heard of this concept called the buyer's journey. We have explained it in this video right here, but I'll just quickly walk you through what it is. It is super important because it is the first step to creating a content marketing strategy. To understand the buyer's journey, let me walk you through an example of someone transiting from Adobe Illustrator to Affinity Designer. So let's say that I'm currently using Adobe Illustrator. I've been using it for years, but man, those subscription fees keep going up. Every month I'm reminded of it when a bill hits, but I'm still hanging on because it's what I know. But then maybe I see something in a Facebook group or a Reddit post, or maybe it's a Google ad, but suddenly I start noticing something called Affinity Designer popping up everywhere. It's marketed as a one-time purchase, no subscription, and I'm thinking, sounds kind of interesting. Right now I'm in the awareness stage. I'm realizing, wait, there are alternatives out there. But I'm not in full-on research mode. I might start seeing ads for Affinity Designer, and maybe Google starts suggesting related searches when I type in keywords like Adobe Illustrator alternatives or affordable graphic design software. Then as I get a bit more curious, I hit the consideration stage. Now I'm really digging into the comparisons. I'm typing in things like Affinity Designer versus Adobe Illustrator or Affinity Designer review. At this point, I'm looking for blog posts, YouTube videos, or maybe even user testimonials to see what the pros and cons are. I want to know if this Affinity Designer can actually do what Illustrator does, or if I'll be sacrificing features by switching. Then comes the decision stage. I'm convinced Affinity Designer can handle my needs, and now I just want to make sure I'm getting it at the best price. I might search for Affinity Designer discount code or where to buy Affinity Designer. At this stage, my intent is clear. I'm ready to purchase, I just want to make sure that I'm getting the best deal. After buying, I might even enter the retention stage, where I'm looking up advanced tutorials or Affinity Designer tips and tricks to maximize my experience with the product. And if I end up really loving it, I might even become an advocate, leaving reviews or posting my designs with Affinity Designer on social media, or maybe creating Affinity Designer tutorial videos on YouTube, bringing others into the fold. So understanding the customer journey from the initial awareness stage all the way to the advocacy stage helps you understand what kind of content to serve at each stage. Now that you understand the customer journey, we need to dig deeper into understanding your customers intimately so that the content you create truly resonates with them. A customer persona or avatar is a fictional representation of your ideal customer based on real data and research. It includes key details such as demographics, behaviors, goals, pain points, and all these other information. Having a customer persona as reference allows you to craft content that attracts the type of customers you want and speak directly to their needs, challenges, and motivations. And because your customers feel that you understand them, they'll be more inclined to take action. To start developing your customer persona, if you own a WordPress website, you can leverage on RankBot's Content AI. Hover over RankBot SEO and click on Content AI. If you don't see this module, you will need to turn it on in the dashboard. But anyway, let's click on Content AI, then click on the Chat tab. This is where you can chat with RankBot. I will use a prompt template from the library. I'll search for persona, and as you can see, you can either use the client persona development prompt or the reader persona prompt. But this is what I will use. I'll click on Use Prompt. Let's say that we are the digital marketing director for Affinity Designer, which is the best alternative software to Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop. We will replace the placeholder with the company name. And then for the demographic, I would say people who are frustrated with paying for monthly subscriptions for the Adobe Creative Suite. And then I need to amend this a little because I want more than just the needs, preferences, and values. I will need their demographics, goals, challenges, fears, problems, common objections, media consumption, motivation, needs, preferences, and values. These are all the information I need about my customer personas. Let's hit send. And in a while, we will have 3 different personas. You see, why do we need all these information? Because with it, we can craft content that helps achieve their goals, overcome their challenges, fears, and problems, know where to post your content to get their attention, understand their common objections so you can address them, know what motivates them to make a decision so you can tailor every piece of your content accordingly, understand why they need to buy your product, their preferences, and their values. Without knowing this information, you are just creating content blindly and you are just leaving everything to luck. Of course, these are just guesses, especially when your company is new, but when you start getting customers, that's where you have real data to validate the accuracy and possibly evolve the customer persona. Anyway, once you have the details of your persona, put them into a nice template so that every time you create content, you are creating with your customer persona in mind. This will make your content highly effective. Now, these are the different content types you can use for your brand, but not all content types will be relevant to you or your business. For example, check out your customer avatars. This avatar consumes content through blogs, podcasts, YouTube, Instagram, and Pinterest. And this other avatar consumes content through social media, course platforms, and forums. So in this sense, only these type of content will be applicable. Remember, only create content types that matter to your audience, otherwise you'll just be wasting your time and resources. Now that you understand your customers intimately, you need to further research what keywords your customers are searching for so that you can create content that will show up on their searches. Keyword research is especially important if your customers prefer media consumption is through YouTube or blogs. You can use tools like the Google Keyword Planner, select Discover New Keywords, then select your audience location. If your target audience is worldwide, you can remove any specific locations here and click Save, and all locations will be selected. Search, for example, Photoshop alternative. And you will see there are a lot of people searching for the keyword. It is a good keyword to create content because there is a lot of demand. You should never create content around keywords no one is searching for. And there are so many other keywords you can choose from. Other than Google Keyword Planner, you can use Google Trends to find keywords as well. You can add, for example, Adobe Photoshop in the field, change this to the worldwide audience. You can also add a comparison, say Affinity Designer. And you see, look at the gap. Your goal is to narrow the gap between the trend of your product with your competitor. As you scroll down, you can see these keywords are rising in popularity in the past year. You can switch this to top, and these are the keywords trending over the past year. The same goes for your brand as well. You can see the keywords that are rising in popularity as well as trending over the past year. Take note that these are trending keywords for web search. You can switch it to YouTube search as well if your target audience consumes content there. And these are the trending keywords for your competitor and your product. Now, another way to find keywords is using Google itself. For example, when I type Affinity Designer, you will see all these auto-suggested keywords. Google is trying to guess what your search term is. And these are the keywords other people have searched as well, related to what you have typed in. You can start doing this. Space A, and more suggested keywords will appear. Space B, more unique keywords will appear. And you can do this all the way to Z. Whenever you see keywords that have the potential for you to create content, you want to jot them down and use, for example, Google Keywords Planner or WordStream's Keyword Planner to validate the search volume. Now, what if I do this? How to star with Affinity Designer? You see, there are so many long-tail keywords that appear. These are unique keywords you can create content. Now, that's not enough. You can add star A, wow, more keywords. Star B, then C, all the way to Z, and you will have a ton of very unique keywords. If you want to learn how to use Google Keyword Planner and Google Trends to do keyword research, you can check out these two videos. The links are in the description. But if you want to have an in-depth understanding of how to do keyword research, you can check out this video right here. It covers everything you need to know, including picking the right keywords for new companies. Let me show you one more way to find unique keywords using Content AI. On the Chat tab, go to the Prompts library, and there are many prompt templates you can use. For example, the long tail keywords template. As I scroll down, there is the brainstorm keywords template and the find secondary keywords template. Let's say that we want to use the long tail keywords prompt template. Click on use prompt, let's start a new chat, and let's change the placeholder to something else, such as Affinity Designer Tutorial. Let's hit send, and in a while you will have a list of long tail keywords. Of course, you will still need to validate the search volume. If you find the keywords too long, you can copy the previous prompt, paste it here, and change the prompt, say list 5 to 7 word keywords. Hit send, and here you go. Here are more keyword ideas. Feel free to change the topic to find more relevant keyword ideas. Once you have a list of keywords and you have validated their search volume, you want to pair the keywords towards their buyer's journey. For example, I have this list of keywords. Now I would like to use ChatGPT or Claude to perform the task. I could add a prompt, say, pair this list of keywords with their relative customer journey, then we will include the stages to be specific: awareness, consideration, decision, retention, advocacy. And then I will paste the list of keywords and hit enter. Give it a while, and now these keywords will be segregated to their relevant stages of the customer journey. Now that you know how to find keywords your customers are searching for and you have sorted them according to the stages of the customer journey, it's time to plan your content pipeline. A content calendar allows you to stay organized and ensures that your content aligns with key dates, events, and campaigns. We can continue from our previous chat. You can use a prompt like this and replace the placeholders with, I run a business called Affinity Designer, which is a designing software that directly competes with Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator. And I want to create a content marketing calendar for the next 3 months. Now, this is the part where customer persona is so important. My audiences are mainly freelance graphic designer, hobbyist designer, and small business owner. And I want to focus on the list of keywords above, targeting one stage of customer journey each week. Or you can copy and paste the list of keywords here, it's totally fine as well. Please start the content calendar on November 2024. And then we'll include any promotions or special dates in between. For example, we have a product discount launch on 30th November. This is hypothetical, okay? Then please include content types. And here you will need to reference your customer persona. So please include the content types for blog posts, social media content, courses, forum posts, and videos that align with my goals. Let's hit enter. Give it a while for it to create your content calendar. And here you go, you have the first draft of your content calendar. Of course, this may not be perfect, but it will be a good starting point for you to plan your content publishing pipeline. If you are creating long-form content such as a blog post, I recommend that you check out this video right here because it will show you how you can leverage AI to write high-quality content that ranks. But I'll show you a quick example. On RankMath's Content AI module, use the blog post wizard tool. Since we have done our keyword research, we don't need this step to generate a blog post idea. We can click on skip, and then for the topic, let's say that we are writing about the best Photoshop alternatives. We will add that here. Next, if you have done your research, you can add the main points and ideas here. But let's give the AI the freedom to generate ideas, so we'll leave it empty. Next, we can select the appropriate audience. There are many to choose from, but for our case, it will be freelance graphic designers, which is not on this list. So I will customize an audience here and hit comma, and a custom audience will be created. We also have hobbyist designers and small business owners as audiences. Now for our focus keyword, let's copy the topic and add it here, because this is the keyword we want our content to rank. For the tone, it will depend on your company's brand voice, maybe a combination of formal, friendly, and descriptive. Now, depending on the type of content you are writing, you can choose the appropriate style. But for this topic, we are expecting a listicle type of content. because our audience will be expecting a list of Photoshop alternatives. Now choose your language and hit generate. In a while, a blog post outline will be generated. If you are not happy with the outline, you can hit regenerate again. And this is the regenerated outline. If you're satisfied with the outline, you can hit write post and it will start writing your first draft from scratch. Give it a couple of seconds to complete and you will have a first draft done for you. You see, it has written over 1100 words. Of course, this is not final. You should always add your knowledge, experience, and expertise in the content. And I've demonstrated how to do that in the video I've mentioned earlier, so go check it out after this video. The link is in the description. Now, other than the blog post wizard tool, there are many other tools that can help you create content. For example, in the marketing and sales category, you can use the YouTube video script tool to write your script if you are creating a YouTube video. You can have the same topic, add the key points, which could be the blog post outline that was generated earlier. All the previous settings were adopted as well. Choose the number of outputs and let's hit generate. Give it a while and you will have a YouTube script ready for you to create a video. Need to post on Facebook? Use the Facebook post tool. Add in the variables and in a while you will have a Facebook post ready. You can do this for X, Instagram, podcast outline, and even for email outreach as well. So using content AI tools, it can exponentially speed up your content creation efforts. Now, if you're just relying on your own content efforts, especially if your company or product is new, it will take a long time before you achieve your goals. So you need to rely on external sources, and the best ways are either to hire influencers, if it is legal in your country, or set up an affiliate marketing platform for your customers to share your products and earn money. Or both. With influencers, you will have to pay them a sum of money upfront to promote your product, and it may be the fastest way to reach your customers because they already have an audience. But the most cost-efficient way is through affiliate marketing because you will only pay a commission when a sale is made. For example, if I were to promote RankMath, I would join their affiliate program, I will create all sorts of content at my own discretion, and I will only get paid when I refer a buying customer to them. There is no cost to RankMath. This is the best way for a company to serve their customers in the advocacy stage because they love the product and you are incentivizing them to share the product. It's a win-win. So don't just focus on creating content on your own. You need external help. Almost every content platform will have its own tracking tools, like YouTube has YouTube Analytics, Pinterest has its own analytics, and even if you run a blog, you have Google Analytics, Search Console, and RankMath Analytics. Using RankMath Analytics directly from your WordPress website, and you will be able to know what are the top winning and losing keywords, what are the most popular posts. Click on the SEO Performance tab, and you will know which content performed the best. Click on one of the content, and you will know what keywords that piece of article is ranking for. You should always track the keywords you want your content to rank by using the rank tracker. We recommend to turn this auto add focus keyword setting on so that all the primary focus keywords you want your articles to rank will automatically be tracked. You see, as you save settings, those focus keywords will be added to the tracking list. It is seamless. The key is to measure and adjust. Evolve your customer personas as you go along. I always believe in the 80-20 rule where 80% of the business traffic comes from 20% of your content. So if you can identify the 20% of content that works, focus on them and expand from that angle. So these are the steps to create a content marketing strategy even if you're a total beginner. And I hope it helps. If you have any other suggestions or if you have questions, feel free to ask them in the comments down below. And don't forget to smash that thumbs up. Our channel is all about helping you grow your search traffic, so if you haven't subscribed to us, consider doing so. This is Jack from RankMath. I'll see you in the next video.